This one, I think Canberra is a very easy life. You can go everywhere you want from Canberra. In my job perspective, you can have a beautiful produce from next to Canberra. No, you can have a beautiful truffle in the winter. You can have a beautiful cheese from Orange, or what beautiful wine from Orange is next to us. Really, I think if you have less stress in the life, your job is go better. Is you balance your life.
This is the Deep in the Weeds podcast. I'm Anthony Huckstep. Italian food has become an important ingredient in the recipe of Australian cuisine. Beginning with large migration during the 50s, Italians have been integral in the formation of our coffee culture, our love of pasta. And it's not that much of a stretch to say our national dish is spaghetti bolognese. But what does it take to cook great Italian food focused on families in a restaurant setting? Francesco Balestrieri is the executive chef of Agostini's in Canberra, ACT. Francesco, how are you?
Good. How are you, Anthony?
Good. It's good to have you on this show. You're one of the few chefs in Australia with an acknowledgement from the Italian Chamber of Commerce for the authenticity of your Italian cuisine. What did it take to get that, and what does it feel like having that honour?
I feel very, very proud. I'm very proud to show the Italian food and people taste the food. And in Australia, after so many years, I'm here now. And I'm so happy, and people enjoy it, really.
Agostini's is a huge restaurant and really focused on families. Does it change the way that you approach a menu to become such a family sort of focused offering?
No, not really, because the kids have the menu for the, I have a kids menu with the pizza and pasta with the bolognese, but for the adults, I have really modern menu, Italian, with different type. I'm from Rome, and lots dish from Rome, lots dish from North Italy, where is the family from. In new key, new thinking and traditional. Number one is the traditional. And the family enjoyed the food, and the kids have the kids meal, and every 3 months I change the menu. Every time it's fresh.
You're originally from Rome. Take us back to Rome. What was food like for you as a kid?
It's a very slow cook meal. It's the meat, the sauce, everything, tomato and fresh pasta. I coming from family, for small family, and I remember every Sunday I have lunch with the family, with my nan, mom, together in the table, and have a beautiful meal, beautiful fettuccine with the pork ribs. It's typical dish from Rome. No, it's not. Or the oxtail ragu. Oh, it's beautiful. And this one when I kids, but I moved here in Australia in 2005 when already I'm 20 to Canberra. But the kids, when I'm kids, I remember the table, the big table, big food, lots entree, lots pasta, and 3-hour meal,
What's the food like of Rome? I know it's very different depending on what region you are in Italy, but what's some of the dishes that really stand out from your memories of Rome?
There's so many dishes, really, but what I remember Rome is the oxtail. The ragu with the oxtail is a beef one, or the pork ribs, slow cook in tomato sauce. This one is my dish. Really remember Rome. What is Rome? Oh, the saltimbocca. Saltimbocca. Every people know in the world, saltimbocca is a tradition from Rome. No.
What's the secret to a great saltimbocca?
It's good prosciutto. You need not too salty. You need to have 24 months max, a sage, and nice piece of veal. And that's it. Put down and put in the pans and just white wine. That's it. It's not lots ingredient.
What led to the decision to become a chef? When did you start to get interested in food?
Really, when I'm kids, when I was 6 or 7, and at one point in my life, I need to change. My mom asked me, "What do you want to do in the life?" And I said, "Look, I want to have a chef, Mom." And I said, no, really, Fry, you not go in the uni? No, every family think doctor, everything. I said, Mom, I don't think. I love cook. And no, I stay with the man a long time in the kitchen. And I said, okay, if you like, but it's very hard job. And I said, Mom, every job is hard. No? And I decided, then I studied for 5 years in Italy. The chef school is a 5 year, 3 year for cooking and 2 year for management.
Mm.
And in 2000, when I finished school, 2005, I think it is. No, 2004, I finished my school. Yeah. And I started to travel.
Well, tell us about working in Italy. What were some of the really important restaurants that you worked at that were integral in defining you as a chef?
I did apprenticeship, a very hard apprenticeship, where I love it, in this restaurant in Bologna. It's a Novotel Bologna, and the time when I do the apprenticeship is I have a person every day do fresh pasta. It's called sfoglina. It's the lady coming 6 o'clock in the morning and do all the fresh pasta for the chef. And it's amazing. It's not anymore now because everything happened. But and I studied with this lady fresh pasta and what do you mean water, eggs, and flour together. So why more interesting? And I love this restaurant, I remember. And what I do now in Agostini is the same one, fresh pasta every day. But this one, my restaurant I love in Italy, and my apprenticeship and all the career start.
You opened your own restaurant in Rome in 2009. Tell us about that restaurant and what you were doing there, and what it took to pull that together.
The idea is called Trattoria del Viaggiatore. It means the travel man. Because I travel a lot, I opened the business with my sister. It's a family business. She travel a lot too. And I have the business for 3 years, and it's gone very well because the dish is mixed dish from everywhere in Italy. And it's a 35 seat. And beautiful period in my life. I have my business, and a lot of people come in for the fresh food and different food, the idea, no? And in 2009, I decided, because my wife is from Canberra at the time, so go back to Australia. It's a beautiful time. I have my restaurant, and because it's so small, you can do the menu every second day. So you decide the menu every second day. I go in the market and buy fruit, veggie, and I decide the menu. That's it.
How different was the produce back then when you had your own restaurant in Italy compared to what you experience here in Australia?
I think in the last 5 years, it's gone very well. 5-6 years go very well in Australia. They have a lot produce, in the time. But what I miss is the orange, for example. The orange in Italy is very, very dewy and nice. And the lemon, for example, is more dewy, but depend of period, no? But I think a lot stuff now is in Australia, is an import in Australia. Lucky one, no? You can have a small cheese from North Italy. The Montasio cheese, for example, is a type of cheese. It's not 10 years ago, it's not here, but now it's here. No, it's nice. I think it's an easy one now to fly or ship food and everything everywhere in the world.
Do you have any special moments that you can tell us about when you were owning your own restaurant, from a special evening or something that happened in those years that you had that restaurant?
Yeah, one of the, I think the special one, when I have this nice customer and he's coming every single time, and one day I ask for just a conversation because it's a tiny restaurant and I go out the kitchen in and out every time and ask the job and everything. And just for conversation, I say, I'm writing book. And I said, oh, okay. And there's a cooking book. And I said, oh, okay, it's a pleasure. So yeah, I love your food because every time is different and it's not the same menu every time. And so I'm so happy, It's so happy with this customer. I say, look, thank you so much, and continue to come for 3 years, really, and enjoy the family and all the birthday stuff.
You moved to Canberra. You mentioned your wife is originally from Canberra. How different was that for you, having grown up in Rome?
It's more quiet. Less traffic is nice, more green. I think for the first 1 or 2 years it's a little bit more hard, but now I feel I'm Canberrian. I like Canberra. I'm not gonna go in the big city. I'm not thinking traffic and parking. And yeah, a few years ago, Canberra is both different. Is in food perspective. What is it now is pretty good. I think everywhere you go, can you have a good meal.
You originally got a job at Ridges, which became the QT Hotel, and Robert Marchetti was head of the kitchen. What was it like working with him?
No, it's very nice. It's a very good experience in my life. It's very, the idea and the project, what is the company do it, is amazing. QT Canberra is the second one after Sydney. So, it's a new company. It's a new, and Marchetti with a project what is coming from restaurant. What is it before in Sydney is a buffet style. It's a totally different too, no? It's nice. It's so nice idea. It's a very nice person, Marchetti. I think he's a talent chef.
You were asked to run the pasta section in those days. What sort of food were you cooking?
In QT Canberra before, with the first idea is have a fresh pasta. I'm in charge of the in charge of the fresh pasta and all the organization, the back kitchen. And it's amazing. I have a full fresh pasta. That's it. And the idea is amazing with thinking Marchetti, the slow cook ragu or the mushrooms ragu, the idea of cooking for so much long and the style, is amazing. And the project is go up. I worked for the same company, I think, for 4 years. And before I moved to East Hotel.
This episode is proudly supported by Montague, handpicked for you.
The things that we're really looking for in plums, first of all, they've got to be sweet. We're really looking for a full flavour explosion in our plums. Red flesh is critically important to us, higher in antioxidants, so all that good stuff. And then we're also looking at a slightly firmer texture. So there's almost a little crunch. That's the real driver for us.
For more information, go to montague.com.au.
You made the move to the East Hotel and Agostini's wasn't there as part of that then. And tell us about what you were doing and then the building of such a big family Italian restaurant.
Yeah, when I moved in 2015, I moved to East Hotel. And I have the interview with the GM. And the funny one is, look, this one is the new project. It's a bar, a small Italian bar, nice wine, nice baba, all the nice whiskey. And I said, look, it's very good. It's a very good idea. And it's just a snack. And I'm in from big operation. And I said, okay, good. I come in a small operation just for relax my brain. And amazing story, but 2 months after, Joe's bar open, following all the opening and everything, I put a special, I put a plate pasta, and it's go crazy. And I change it from bar to a small restaurant.
Wow.
And it's just 45 seats. It's a tiny restaurant. And I put a steak, I change the idea with small steak, a small pasta, sharing, and people love it. And I say, okay. And the owners look me one day and say, Fra, look, what's happened? The next door, the restaurant gone. Do you want a big restaurant? And I said, look, then, okay, the big space, why not a smaller one? No, I come from big operation. I'm not scared with this one. But say, Fra, you can do it. And I say, what do you think, 100? Oh, no, 150, 160. And I say, my God. Say, what do you think, restaurant? A family restaurant. Okay, family restaurant. Say, what do you think with the kitchen? I say, I want 50% of the floor. And I have 50% of the floor. Say, 175 meters square is from me from the kitchen. And it's okay, you can have. And my deal is no pineapple pizza. Sorry.
Why did you need such a big kitchen?
Because I think the staff need to move very nice in the kitchen, in the team. It's not just me. I have a team work for me. It's 21 chefs. And if you have a big kitchen, the staff need to move very easy. And every restaurant, normally, what you do is a big space in the floor and a small kitchen. And the chef is suffering. What is at my design is I have a big kitchen. The chef is not suffering. I put air conditioner in the kitchen. The kitchen run at 22 degrees. Say, why I need to suffering my staff? No, because if my staff is happy, I'm happy, and the restaurant is happy. And every people work. And I'm building the first time the big kitchen with a pass in the center. It's a V pass. So all the food go in the center of the kitchen. And I put the big oven in Canberra. It's a 12 pizza in the time. No, it's not the first in Canberra coming from Italy, from Marana Forni. Amazing friend. And I said, Fra, you need to have this oven. And I look at the oven, the project, and amazing. And I said, okay, yeah. And it's in the center of the kitchen. It's a piece of art. Cool.
Well, tell us about some of the things that you're cooking in the kitchen and what have been real successes on the menu.
In the last one, in this menu here, is a very popular, is the gnocchi. In crazy one. The gnocchi with the spinach ricotta gnocchi with the butter and sage and formaggio di fossa. Formaggio di fossa is from Tuscany. And it's a little bit, it's a 24 months old pecorino. Stay on the ground, and it's a beautiful taste. It's just simple dish. It's a 3 ingredient, but it's a very tasty. And for the first time in this menu, I put the bucatini, the spaghetti with the hole, with the oxtail, slow cooked oxtail in chocolate and tomato. Very typical dish from Rome.
Tell us a bit about your cooking. You do have the acknowledgement of your traditional menu from Italy, but you also like to have your own spin on things. What's important when putting together a dish for you?
A nice combination. This one is when I'm building, you need to have not just a svelte, bitter, salty, all together. It's more traditional dish, but I try to change a little bit at time. Or just for different, because few dish, now eating marinara pasta, it's the same marinara pasta. Where you go everywhere, you can have marinara pasta. But I do spaghetti with the scampi. No, it's prawns and scampi together. And it's totally different. It's just a little bit tricky. I call it tricky, no? And where it's available in Australia, say the season, you need to respect the season.
You've been in Canberra for quite a few years now. How have you seen the food scene evolve and what do you love about it?
I think new chef, Canberra in the last 6 years, it changed a lot. I think it's a new chef, new mentality. A lot of people now is moved to Canberra. More chef moved to Canberra. Was it before? Not people come here because they're thinking, the country town. Canberra is the country town. Not people come here. Whereas now, people come here. And another one is a lot of people in Canberra start to traveling overseas, French, Europe, Italy, and start to know what is the food, enjoy it, and love it. It's not the chicken pasta, it's not Italian. Sorry, but it's not Italian. It's a nice dish, but it's not Italian. Same carbonara with the cream. It's not Italian. But yeah, it's go well. Canberra's move very, very fast. A new restaurant open every day, really, in Canberra.
The last year and a half has been challenging for many, and some of Australia is in lockdown at the moment. What sort of impact has it had on what you do at Agostini's?
Well, it's a horrible moment, I remember, but lucky one is a change in the business in takeaway. And luckily one is got very, very strong for Canberra people support us. I remember the first Friday, it's just me, my sous chef in the kitchen and the GM. And just thinking, it's nothing tonight. And the first night I do 350 pizza and takeaway. Line of people outside from Canberra just support the business. And it's amazing. Horrible period because everything happened, but I'm lucky one with the takeaways go very strong with a pizza and pasta takeaway. You need to leave the stuff go on, in and out. Every week is different. But yeah, I think Canberra is a bubble. Finger crossed, is a bubble in Canberra. No, in food perspective, a lot of business change in takeaway.
You have a lot of friends and family back in Italy. What's it been like not being able to travel, and have you had communications with everyone back home?
Yeah, I call my mom every night, really. For now, the new technology, you can call Italy every night. Yeah, you miss the family because normally in the summer you go holiday, you go back home, you stay 1 month holiday, but the lucky one, yeah, my family in Italy is less safe, live in the coast now. But finger crossed, next time opening, I go. And then when the COVID started in Australia, I have the ticket to fly to Italy. 1 year ago with a tour in Tuscany and Sicily, and I need to cancel. I cancel everything. I said, no, I'm not going to go. If I go, I stay in Italy. No.
You've made a life for yourself here in Canberra as one of the best chefs. What do you love about what you do?
I love easy life. This one, I think Canberra is a very easy life. And you can go everywhere you want from Canberra. In my job perspective, you can have a beautiful produce from next to Canberra. No, you can have a beautiful truffle in the winter. You can have a beautiful cheese from Orange, or what beautiful wine from Orange is next to us, really. And the life is, I think, if you have less stress in the life, your job is go better. Is you balance your life. No, it's very stressful job already. It's very stressful. Plus, if you put chaotic life, it's not well.
The last year and a half, you've had to make some changes and you can't see family. What's some of the positives that have come out of this situation for you?
Not really. Nothing can I say with the family. Miss the family in Italy, but you can have a camera on, the video on with the camera. You can see the family. I miss my mom cooking, yes. But it's a life, I decided to live in this beautiful country. Live here in Canberra, in the green one. This one, Anthony.
After the success of Agostini's and what you've built there, what are the plans for the future in the next coming couple of years?
New idea, new project coming soon. Maybe try to go bigger. Is the project maybe is coming bigger, and because my type of pizza is different. It's not the Napoli pizza. It's a Roman style. It's very crispy and thin one, and light topping. Is a little bit different to Canberra. That's why I like it. I try to explain this one. And the digestion system is very light, so I try to maybe it's possible to open a new store. It's very busy restaurant, so why not?
Well, Francesco, we've loved having you on Deep in the Weeds today to hear your story. Good luck with another venue in the near future, and please keep in touch, and we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Anthony.
This is the Deep in the Weeds podcast. I'm Anthony Huckstep. Stay tuned as we take a deep dive into the lives of the incredible people who ply their trade in the food and hospitality sector. Special thanks to executive producer Rob Locke for making this all happen. Follow us on Instagram at Deep in the Weeds Podcast, or email us at podcast@deepintheweeds.com.au. Stay safe and be well.